Savor is an event to remind beer lovers that craft beer is the ultimate partner for great food.
That if you're going to have a really good meal and you just look at the wine list, you're missing out on some really wonderful food and beer pairings. So
we thought it'd be cool to start a tradition where two Savor breweries pair up and do a collaborative beer together. So this beer that we're brewing together, Savor Flowers, is a collaboration between Boston Beer and Dogfish, brewed exclusively for the Savor event in DC.
Jim and Sam together, that's just like, I don't know really how to describe it.
I figured there would be a lot of talking and there'd be a lot of things that should be unrealizable.
It's just two mad scientists coming together, and you don't know what you're going to end up with, but you have to go along for the ride because you're curious and you want to develop something that's new and different.
we call the beer Savor Flowers because flowers are the theme around which we built the beer. And flowers not just in the sense of hops. We wanted to expand the brewer's vocabulary way beyond normal boundaries.
And us as craft brewers for 30-odd years have been playing around amazing ways with hops and barley and then spices and fruits. But water, the ingredient that's the majority volume of every beer in the world, has never really been looked at as a catalyst for creativity. So that's when I thought, wouldn't it be cool to replace the brewing water for the entire batch with a distillate of rose water? And since we own a little distillery, I knew I could do that.
Getting from water to rose water takes a couple hours. A couple hundred hours probably. We jury-rigged this makeshift still. We distilled a bunch of fresh roses, we tried some dried roses, and just ran the still for anywhere between 6 and 12 hours straight a day.
So that was really what I came to Jim with, and he immediately in one run-on sentence pulled out his Batman utility belt of high ABV malt extract, tincture, flowers, original craft brewing barrel to brew with, hop varieties that are so experimental they don't even have a name, they just have a number.
I was the one that was coming up with the flower tincture. So we have this neutral base that we use. Sort of just looks like water, but it's actually a beer that's been fermented. So what we did is use that as a base and started just putting different types of flowers in there. So what we did is actually just cram basically as much as we could into a jar, poured the neutral base on top of it, and used that to create like this flower tincture. What we did is then just went through this whole lineup one day, just tasting everything that we made. And we chose the best ones that we thought, sent some other ones down to Dogfish as well, had their input in on it.
Right off the bat, when we received the tinctures, we didn't know that they were suspended in malt-based alcohol. And so first thing, Sam grabs one of them and says, "Oh, this smells good," and tilts it back.
I thought it was just like the water, so I chugged it, but it was 15% malt extract. That was pretty funny when I almost coughed it up. So my brewers thought that was pretty funny.
It was great. It was a fantastic, unexpected shot. We woke up this morning, navigated our way all the way down to the back alleys of Jamaica Plains here and found the brewery.
So we got our rose water to temperature. We threw all the regular brewing water out of the hot liquor tank and replaced it with distilled rose water tea. That was phase one. Then we mashed in. After mashing in, we started screwing around with the different ratios of the tinctures of the different flowers and making sure we had that dialed in the ratios that we wanted to. Jim and David, can you talk about some of the ones that were in the consideration that just didn't even make it to this table and why?
Well, we started with a whole range of flowers. We focused on the three that we thought were the best tasting and the most intricate in their flavor structure. So we focused on jasmine, hibiscus, and lavender.
And then we added some honey, and then we boiled.
For a brewer, just looking at the kettle, it's like watching a fireplace. You know, it's constantly changing. In the mash tub in the very beginning, a flower appeared. That was really cool. That was like a sign that says, yeah, you're on the right track.
And then we totally did like 3-point shots with bags filled with unnamed hops.
An experimental hop variety that doesn't even have a name yet, that is bred to impart floral character in the beer. And then in the aging tanks, we're gonna add this special tincture that we make in barrel 1. And barrel 1 is the original barrel that started the extreme brewing movement and started the barrel aging of triple bock. So it begins with flowers in the rose water and ends with flowers in the aging tanks.
Savor is 4 years old right now, and they have been two of the first and foremost supporters for Savor, which has been a huge boost and a huge ability to help us have this event. This is a whole new style that's a great example of creativity.
It's a little different, never thought about before, but it tastes good, so that's all that matters.
I think it's really cool, and it's great that we can all come to an event like this and try something that's never been done before.
I'll drink to that.